your life has changed quite a bit during the relationship. You think about it. We started, you were a college student. You have since become on staff with Campus Outreach. You have since become married. And so, one of the important things was we just found a time that worked and we committed to it, and so we said, in my life, I have kids, and I just said, hey, what's going to work for me is early in the morning. And we said Friday morning, and we could get together and have breakfast. And we've done that almost every week. We probably missed a couple weeks here and there, but it's just a natural part of my routine in my life.
Yeah, it was definitely something I had to, not sacrifice, but like, just because you were having to make more of a sacrifice of like, okay, well, I got kids, a wife already, everything like that. You had to pick a certain time. I was just like, cool, let me just get up. I'm not an early riser usually. So I was like, let me just get up for this. Like, this is definitely worth it. And it has been very worth it. If anybody else would have asked me to get up that early for a lot of other things, I'd have been like,
that's pretty funny, because I have known you for 3.5 years, and I didn't know you were not an early riser.
No.
I am, but I guess now I know that it might not have been the ideal time, but you committed to it anyway. And that's good to know.
Yeah, so it was great though. Like, it's every week has been great. Like, that's one of the things on my schedule that's pretty consistent. Like, even with the nature of my job, the schedule changes every semester. And even I just start like taking things off my calendar when it has to change each semester. That's the one thing that just stays on there. I'm just like, 7 o'clock, I don't really have to even ask, unless like, there's a few weeks we miss because I'm going to beach project or something. Yeah. I'm just back like, hey, we good, I'm here. And we just set up again, so it's great. Yeah, it's not
real. We sit down, we have a cup of coffee, we talk about what's going on in your life, what's going on in my life. Might discuss the sermon, that from that Sunday, or what happened in small group, or what's going on in the campus. It's not a lot of structure. We talk about whatever's going on in our lives.
Yeah, I think we're just real. I just love how we're just real transparent with each other. Yeah. Even when we just first started meeting up, like, because I think we're both really intentional people and just kind of to the point. So it just was like, it's kind of hard not to try to be transparent when you're also asking a very direct question, like, how's this going? How's that going? And I think we both suck at lying too. So it's hard if we both are trying to like lie and be like, knowing in our head, like, I'm struggling with this, but I don't want to tell them. It's like, if struggling with this, it's like, well, now we know. And that's like how it was since the beginning of the discipleship relationship.
Yeah, I think that's been key. I feel like you have to be authentic with each other. We've been authentic, really honest. And two, not judgmental. I think that blocks a lot of people from getting deep, because they feel like, man, if I tell this other man that I'm struggling with this, he's going to think less of me, or and so you can't let that block the honesty and just being authentic. And we've walked through some tough things together over 3.5 years. Both of us have had times where, maybe we're having a tough time at work, or Katie and I were able to do you and Hannah's marriage counseling. So we've walked through some big transitions together, and I know it's been really beneficial to me, really life-giving to me, encouraging to me.
Yeah, same. It's just been a true blessing, just even being able to like point each other back to scripture, and like while we listen, we're not shying away from truth and helping each other think well, like hearing each other, listening to each other, and hearing, okay, here's where we both need to remember Christ in this situation. Because we're human, we're gonna get upset, or we're gonna feel a certain way, and a lot of times we can even have our blinders on, but then be like, hey, like here's where you can look to God in this, and even just see like the positive, the beauty of this. And that's just been real helpful. I've just always like loved having friendships like that, which I really feel like this is also a friendship, in this discipleship relationship, you're much older than me and stuff, in a good way, you know what I'm saying? And so it
I know
it's really been good. Yeah, about like 50 years old, 60 years old. But yeah, so it's been great.
Yeah, and I tell you, a benefit for me, maybe a lot of people don't think this, I'm encouraged every week. It's unlikely I can do a whole lot to reach the West Georgia campus. I'm probably not gonna start walking around the West Georgia campus. I think I'm kind of strange, but it's been encouraging to me that in some way by meeting with you, I could be part of what God's doing on the campus of West Georgia. And so, a lot of people think, well, one person's benefiting from the relationship and one person's sacrificing, and I just haven't found that to be the case. Every week I'm encouraged. You point me back to the scripture just like I point you back to the scripture. Sometimes we all need encouragement. We all need truth spoken into our lives at tough times. So it's not a one-way street. It's very beneficial to both people.
Yeah, definitely.